Most people check their bank balance and think that's their financial score. It isn't. The real number that tells the truth about someone's financial life is their net worth. It's the gap between what a person owns and what they owe. And the people who understand that gap and work to widen it are the ones who quietly build real, lasting wealth. Oprah Winfrey didn't become a billionaire because she had a high salary. She built assets, controlled liabilities, and kept her financial foundation growing year after year. That's the game. And today, this video breaks down the exact strategic moves anyone can make to increase their net worth, whether they're starting from zero or already building momentum. The foundation, knowing where you stand and building a wealth mindset. Before a single strategy can work, there has to be honest clarity. Net worth is calculated by adding up every asset, savings accounts, investments, real estate, retirement funds, and anything of value, then subtracting every liability, mortgages, car loans, student debt, credit card balances, and any money owed. What remains is the true picture. Most people avoid this number because it feels uncomfortable. But the discomfort is exactly the point. Knowing where the starting line is makes it possible to actually run the race. Self-made billionaires like Warren Buffett have talked openly about tracking their finances with obsessive clarity from a very young age. Buffett started investing at 11 years old. He wasn't lucky, he was precise. Once someone has an honest look at their net worth, the next step is shifting the way they think about money. Wealthy people don't just earn money, they direct it. Every dollar that comes in gets assigned a purpose. That's budgeting at its most powerful. It's not about restriction, it's about intention. Creating a monthly budget that accounts for income, fixed expenses, discretionary spending, debt payments, and savings puts someone in the driver's seat of their own financial story. An emergency fund is part of this foundation, too. It might not feel exciting, but having 3 to 6 months of living expenses in a liquid account is what separates people who build wealth steadily from people who are constantly forced to pull money out of investments. A broken car, an unexpected medical bill, or a sudden job loss shouldn't have to derail a wealth-building plan. The emergency fund absorbs those shocks without touching long-term assets. One more critical part of the foundation is understanding and managing debt. Not all debt is bad. A mortgage on a property that appreciates over time, or a student loan that funds a degree leading to a higher-paying career can be considered productive. But high-interest consumer debt, especially credit card debt, is wealth destruction in slow motion. The average interest rate on a new credit card hovers around 19%. That kind of interest eats into savings faster than most investments can grow. The smartest first move for many people is to aggressively pay down high-interest debt, starting with the balance carrying the highest rate, then rolling that freed up money toward the next one. The accelerators investing, income growth, and multiplying assets. Once the financial foundation is solid, the real acceleration begins. This is where net worth doesn't just grow, it compounds. Investing is the most powerful tool available. Money left sitting in a low-interest savings account is, in real terms, shrinking against inflation. But money invested wisely grows. That means an investment left untouched for 20 years doesn't just double, it multiplies dramatically. The secret isn't brilliance. It's consistency and time. Retirement accounts like 401s and IRAs are a fantastic starting point because they come with tax advantages built in. Contributions to a traditional 401 reduce taxable income today, and the money grows tax-deferred until withdrawal. If an employer offers a contribution match, not taking full advantage of it is essentially turning down free money. Roth IRAs, on the other hand, are funded with after-tax dollars but grow completely tax-free, making them especially powerful for younger investors with decades ahead of them. Diversification matters enormously. Keeping all investments in one place exposes a person to unnecessary risk. A well-balanced portfolio spreads assets across stocks, bonds, real estate, and other asset classes. Real estate in particular has been a cornerstone of wealth building for generations. Real estate mogul Barbara Corcoran started investing early with small amounts and used real estate to build a multi-million-dollar empire. Property appreciates over time, generates rental income, and comes with tax deductions that can offset other income. Beyond investing, increasing income is one of the most direct ways to accelerate net worth growth. This isn't just about asking for a raise, though that matters. It's about consistently adding value, building new skills, and making oneself harder to replace. Damon John, the founder of FUBU and Shark Tank investor.
Your challenge is making goods and providing them to the store, right?
Didn't build his brand on a single income stream. He diversified his revenue, leveraged his network, and kept adding earning channels. That mindset is available to anyone. Side income, whether through freelancing, consulting, a small online business, or renting out a room or property, creates a second financial engine. In today's gig economy, the options are wider than ever. The key isn't just earning more, it's investing the extra income rather than spending it. When a raise comes in, the wealth builder's instinct is to funnel most of that increase directly into assets, not lifestyle upgrades. Living below one's means isn't a sacrifice, it's a strategy. Automating investments removes the psychological friction that stops people from being consistent. Setting up automatic transfers from a checking account to investment accounts on payday, before the temptation to spend kicks in, guarantees that savings happen every month, no matter what. This method, called dollar cost averaging, also smooths out the emotional ups and downs of market fluctuations. Instead of timing the market, which almost no one does successfully, it keeps money flowing in steadily through every cycle. The long game, protecting, optimizing, and building generational wealth. Getting to a strong net worth is one thing. Keeping it, growing it efficiently, and eventually passing it on is another level entirely, and it's where most people stop thinking strategically. Tax optimization is a major lever that high net worth individuals use consistently. As assets grow, so do tax obligations, and inefficient tax management can quietly drain wealth. Understanding tax-advantaged accounts, taking legitimate deductions on real estate investments including depreciation, and managing capital gains tax exposure can free up thousands of dollars every year that can be redirected back into assets. Insurance is another form of wealth protection that often gets overlooked. Health insurance, life insurance, disability insurance, and liability coverage are the guardrails that prevent a single catastrophic event from wiping out years of progress. Building wealth without protecting it is like filling a bucket with a hole in the bottom. Continuous self-investment pays compounding returns of its own. Learning new skills, earning certifications, expanding professional networks, and staying financially literate all translate into better career opportunities, smarter decisions, and more doors opening over time. Steve Harvey has spoken extensively about investing in personal growth as a precursor to financial growth. His career arc, from stand-up comedian to media mogul, reflects the compounding effect of never stopping the work of getting better. Estate planning is the final pillar. It might feel premature for younger wealth builders, but the reality is that without a proper plan, including a will, beneficiary designations, and potentially a trust, the assets someone spends a lifetime building may not end up where intended. An estate plan also includes strategies to reduce estate taxes and ensure a smoother transfer of wealth to the next generation. When people plan not just for themselves, but for those who come after them, and the earlier someone starts putting these pieces in place, the more powerful the compounding effect becomes. Net worth isn't a number reserved for the ultra-wealthy. It's a score that anyone can improve at any starting point, with the right strategy and enough patience to let it grow. The choice to start, or to go further, is always available. The real question is simply whether someone is ready to make it.